What's up? I'm Noelle at Noelle's Notions, and this is Fame by the Flame with APLJaxx. So APLJaxx, aka AJaxx, is better known by, right?
Yes, that's what people usually call me for short.
Okay.
Kind of stuck at one point.
Okay, and so how did you come up with your name? I'm actually really curious about that.
I actually didn't. I was on an old local label that was ran out of Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
And I hung one of the producers in the label that I hung out with often. He was like Greek or something, and he was like messing around, calling me AJ. Well, they called me AJ, just for my initials.
Yeah.
And he started calling me AJaxx, and then he said it around like our label head one day, and then like it was like on a Facebook post, and everyone just started talking about it, like making fun of it and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then, like we were messing around, and like somebody threw out like AJaxx, APLJaxx. And then the label head was like, "Whoa," because I was like making fun of the cereal and whatnot, and he was like, "Actually."
You're like, actually, it would start out as a joke.
He was like, actually, you might have to rebrand.
Yeah.
So I was actually, I was called Naked Ink before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And how did that name? Did you choose that, or was that?
No, that's the name that my old partner and I chose. We were literally, we already had like our group going and whatnot, and that's like after we started promoting and everything. We just didn't really have like a set name. I think we started out as like Dirty Duo. Then, we were like we were riding somewhere one time, probably to a set, and we saw a truck, and it was like a naked truck, like a naked juice. And I was like, naked. And we started like making fun of it, and we were like, dude, we should just go by Naked. And I was like, what if we did like Naked Incorporation or something?
Yeah.
And it just stuck for a little bit. That was cool.
That's cool. And so you used to have a partner, right? Because you were back in Florida, and now we're out in LA. And what kind of made that transition happen?
Well, I guess I was coming to like the limits over there where I could only do like so much more, and I had an opportunity to move out here, and I figured, I'd get like new experience, be in a different area. There's definitely more competition. It's definitely more competitive, and it's a lot more fast paced. But there's also more opportunity. Okay. And I've seen that, and I felt it, and I have like learned a lot from being here so far and working in the industry. Yeah,
and I mean, you started as a club promoter that kind of turned into DJ. So how did that transition happen? Was it just a natural one from obviously being in the clubs?
I wanted to DJ, and even like now, and when I started my group with my old partner, we knew like the only way that we could, from what we had access to and like what we could do was to start promoting, because we had an opportunity to work with this production company out of Tampa. Okay. And they would allow us to promote for them, and then like throw us like side gigs at some of the events that we promote. So here and there, which was nice. It was a good start. Got us into. Well, I didn't stay with him for too long after working with that production company, but I kept going from there, and promoting for that company led me into promoting for other people, which led me into playing their clubs, and playing those clubs led me into getting other gigs at other clubs.
Okay. So do you feel that your progression as an artist has been exponential and will continue to grow? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I mean, I see myself ideally where I would like to be as far as like touring, having the following to do so, and like the capabilities to do so, producing on a higher level, and ideally with a record label, like a more renowned record label. I have my own a few, but.
Yeah. And now where can fans find your music now? Like at the clubs or like online? Like what's the best way to connect with you and listen to your sound?
Yeah, I mean, you can find me on SoundCloud. Everything is APLJaxx Music, APLJaxx. SoundCloud. I do have some stuff on YouTube. A couple songs on Spotify, Beatport, but not too much.
Okay. Well, so fans, definitely go online and show AJaxx some love over here. And definitely catch him in the clubs, right?
Definitely.
Where is the best place to spot you on stage?
Well, my most recent sets have been at Avalon Hollywood. Okay. Down in Hollywood. I'm looking to, probably shouldn't talk too much about it, but I'm looking to start up a contract with Academy LA.
Cool.
So those are like two major clubs you might be able to find me at in the near future.
Awesome. Well, fans will definitely have to check that out and keep in contact with you via your Instagram so they can kind of see like all the new stuff that's going to be happening.
Yeah.
And I know you kind of do like lightweight modeling. Is that on your Instagram too?
Yeah. So actually, when I was in Florida, I actually started out in the entertainment industry doing like background acting work and modeling.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that's just like what I was like initially seeking, and I liked music, so I would go to like the clubs all the time, and that was like a whole different story in itself. That's just evolved out of nowhere, but I still do modeling here and there, a little bit of acting work when the opportunity comes up, when there's like a photographer or a company that wants to work with me, or just like is into a certain style.
Well, I know you're very active on your social, and obviously, in the clubs promoting, you meet a lot of people, but what's one thing that maybe fans don't know about you that you'd like them to know about you?
Wow. Actually, this is pretty funny. I guess like, I don't know how people see me or whatever, but I guess I'm like the whole like music dude, oh, cool promoter guy. But I'm really like the biggest nerd in the world. Like, bro, I play like hella video games, and like I grew up like reading comics. Like, I still collect comics.
What's your favorite comic?
Spider-Man.
Oh, sick. Okay.
It's always been Spider-Man, but like I'm super into like the whole like Batman universe.
I was about to say I'm probably a Batman girl myself, so they have like a little rival.
Yeah, but like definitely like the whole Robins. I collect all four of the different Robins, comics and whatnot. So
okay.
Just
Cool. I definitely appreciate, like the nerdy vibe behind like the actual like stage presence that you have, because like a lot of people I think don't realize that musicians or artists or actors are real people themselves and have hobbies just like everybody else.
Actually, I was before like I changed my major in school to music, the reason I did so, chose like electronic production, was because I was studying or I was able to do so is because I was studying video game art design and computer programming.
Okay. Definitely diverged from what you were on the path before.
So like, I had like a good background with tech, so I kind of just like led into it and like was easy. It was easy for me to pick up.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I know that you're a nerd at heart. You are a club promoter currently and moving into DJing, and like now you have your own name for yourself. You're going out into the clubs and stuff like that. And ultimately, you said you want to see yourself touring, right?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
How do you get the inspiration for like the mixes that you do, or the production that you put out?
Well, everything operates a lot off feeling for myself. Like if I'm not in like an excited mood or like a good mood, I don't have like an inspiration to like make music. Or like if I do try to like force myself, it won't come out good.
Do you ever find like some of the stuff, like if you're like in more of like a sad, chill mood, like the stuff you put out,
it's
like
weird.
really mellow?
It's weird. Like if I'm like like sad or like sulking around all day, I'll make like real chill, like mellow songs. Or like if I'm like busy running around all day and like have free time and like come back to the studio, I make like upbeat trap, what I mean? So, it's weird. It's weird.
Well, so for those of fans out there who have not heard your sound, what would be like a couple of words that you could describe it?
Hybrid trap, dubstep, bass music. Make a lot of like house, tech house, bass house.
Okay. And what got you specifically into that genre? Was it more of just like when you were in the clubs doing promotion, like, wow, like I really just like how the way that the sound is, or maybe like the way that the fans are reacting to it? Yeah,
I mean, it's a genre that's always stuck to me. It's I would go to like the EDM clubs just to enjoy myself and with my friends, and I would go to like EDM festivals as opposed to like hip hop, festivals and whatnot. But I still I grew up on hip hop. You know what I mean? But I like something that is that gets people excited, gets people dancing, and can be played in like a big environment, and dance music. I like the scene that it draws, and the feeling of it. I feel like it's very united in a way. Yeah, well, I definitely feel like music brings people together, and especially like electronic music kind of gets that good energy flowing, and everyone's more willing to like buddy up with someone or just like be in a good mood, more so than like some other kind of genres of music. Speaking of festivals, would there be any major festivals that you would ultimately want to see yourself on stage for? Yeah, I actually did a little bit of promoting for some festivals, EDC Orlando, when I was back in Florida, and Life in Color. Okay. But I never got the chance to play those, and I would really like to. I only did like the after parties for those. Oh, okay. So I would like to do those. I would like to do EDC in general. I've a really good friend of mine, actually, that did EDC. So speaking of collaborations, that's someone I'd like to collaborate with one day.
And who's that?
A friend of mine, he goes by, his name's Jordan, but his group's name went by Stars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So EDC is obviously like a mega stage for you that you'd want to perform on. Are there any other clubs, like maybe like would you go back to your hometown now that you've like kind of gone out, you've like grown a ton as an artist, like seen the California scene? Now would you like take that back with you and go back to Florida?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've had one set back there since I've been out here. So I went back. I scheduled everything around the time I went to go see some family for a reunion.
Okay.
And went down there, chilled for a little bit, hung with some friends. Shared like experiences and whatnot. Still got to do some work. So
that's awesome. So would you say that California and Florida are pretty comparable in terms of like the nightlife scene?
Yes, as far as like the scene and like the environment and like what's going on, but really like the scale and like the population of everything is like completely different. It's so much bigger out here that it makes where I was on the East Coast seem like a very small town. Yeah. And it is, everyone kind of knows everyone and like you run across everyone all the time. There's only like a few clubs in each city too that are really like, renowned enough that and really popular to go to. But out here there's such a mass,
Yeah, well, I guess the only thing consistent is like the beach vibes then, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
I want to talk about your transition in terms of your education, right? So you're a DJ, a promoter, but you're also a scholar and you're going back to school, right?
Yeah, I originally went to school. I originally went to college for art and programming. Yeah. Video game design and programming, but that transitioned into studying production technology. Okay. For music. That's awesome. And music business. Yeah. And the recording arts. And that.
So ultimately, what is your end goal with going back to school and doing that?
Well, I started, but I didn't necessarily like finish. I got like the first part of my degree, but I didn't get what I wanted to get. And before I moved over here, got it. Okay. I had to get to complete that. So my plan now is to hopefully I want to get like a different experience, and I want like something that I haven't been able to get before, like a whole new other side of knowledge. Yeah. In general. So I want to go to Amsterdam. I want to go to a city near Amsterdam and like study at a really big university there, the Herman Broad Academy.
Oh wow! Okay, cool. So definitely big things in the works, guys. You have to stay tuned, right? To kind of all that you're going to be doing.
Yeah. You kind of just have to like stick around and like, see where we're going.
Awesome. Well, I definitely think it's cool that you're taking your education seriously, and it's kind of like it's pretty cool that's tying into what you're doing in real life with the club promotion and actually putting out your music. Yeah, definitely. And so, beyond school, beyond music, do you have any other passions that you really, think are big motivating factors for why you do what you do?
I've done all kinds of different jobs, and, anywhere from bartending to serving to, sales and all that. Just nothing keeps me as happy as, working with music. Yeah. Working in the entertainment industry in general. Like, I feel like it's just meant for me. It's where my heart is. Yeah. So I feel like I do better work when I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
Awesome. Well, it's cool that you found your passion and you're going for it. And it's amazing to see, that you started in Florida. You're all the way now out on the West Coast, but yet you'll still go back and, kind of grace, the South with your presence and, keep putting some new stuff out here in California. Hopefully we see you at a festival soon, right? Yeah, EDC. Yeah, definitely. Well, all right, APLJaxx, I just want to say thank you so much for being on Fame by the Flame. I really appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing all that you have coming up.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me. It's been great.
Awesome. Well, again, fans, I'm Noelle at Noelle's Notions, and this is Fame by the Flame with APLJaxx.